Formula 1 returns to the Republic of Azerbaijan on the Baku City Street Circuit for round 5 of the 2019 season. While this race isn't one of the wildcard races in terms of the points scored, they'll be coming later at Monaco and USA, this race in terms of the action all throughout the entire weekend, practice, qualifying and the race, often does throw up its own wildcard results of its own, such as when Esteban Ocon took a podium for Force India here in 2016. Then when the team went on to become Toyota, Lewis Hamilton took the team's first ever victory in Formula 1 at this venue last season as well. And with how close the midfield appears to be this year, Canadians then sneak at a podium and maybe even a freak win come race day on Sunday. Toyota bring their first upgrade package of the season as they look to imitate what Lewis Hamilton did here last season, taking the team's first ever victory, and what are going to be 5 victories for Toyota last season. If they want to keep themselves in early title contention, they need to start racking up the wins and not let Mick Schumacher get too far up the road. Alfa Romeo also come to this race with some further upgrades of their own, this time focusing on the new rear wing design as they look to improve traction out of the corners, as Josh Chiro, as he's stated in the race so far, has gone pretty much nowhere off the lines as they look to help the 2016 Drivers' World Champion. Renault also bring their first upgrade package of the season to this race as they look to increase their speed over one lap and short run pace. This meant that Esteban Ocon got his first run in the new car for this season as he looks to help the team with their development programme. Ferrari also look to be strong throughout this session, or throughout practice sessions, as they haven't brought any upgrades to this race, but their natural speed from that Ferrari engine does look to be mighty, and it just depends to see if the engine can go the race distance to see if either driver or either the Alfa Romeos can make the most of the speed advantage. However, though, Red Bull or Honda were looking to struggle for this weekend, with their cars being the complete polar opposites to the Ferraris, with the Honda engine not quite up to scratch, which was pretty much damage limitation in this round for Max Verstappen and Pierre Gasly. However, though, further Red Bull driver in the family, Nico Kai, was receiving his fair share of media attention throughout the weekend as he went on to score his first points last time out in China in what is still seemingly the worst car on the grid, and rumour already has it that he might be in a better car for next season already. Two drivers didn't even manage to set a time in qualifying, with Rio Haryanto and Pierre Gasly never leaving the garage due to some kind of technical problems with each of their cars. This would leave an old Toro Rosso Row 9, leaving Nico Kari slowest of those that went out to qualify, with Alex Albon not too far in front of him, less than a tenth of a second separating the two. Giovinazzi would be the final driver knocked out in the first part of qualifying, with Matsushita disappointed to start from only 15th place, but was the lead of the team McLarens. Lance Stroll would use his BMW power straight line speed to a good effect, start from 14th, alongside Josh Chiro starts to lead Alfa from 13th. He'd been all Renault, row 6, improving their upgrade seemed to be working, with Hulk in 11th, 12th, and Jean-Eric Vergne starting from P11, just outside the top 10. Robbie Kubica starts from P10 in the Williams with a disappointing lap he admitted, with Sebastian Vettel starting from 9th place in the second of the two Ferraris. Colton Herta would maximise his straight line speed advantage to start from P8 in the lead of the Haas BMWs, with Max Verstappen doing the maximum he could to start from 7th. George Russell once again starts from 6th place. He's joined on row 3 by another former F2 champion, Charles Leclerc. Mick Schumacher starts from P4 as the lead of the BMW Williams. A good qualifying effort from Kamui Kobayashi sees him start from P3. This would leave the front row to be decided by two of the other championship contenders, with Daniel Kvyat starting in P2 and Lewis Hamilton continuing his domination for this weekend, starting from pole position. Hey guys, Tara here. Welcome back to the UniONE career, this time for round 5 here at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. This race, as I said in the pre-race news report, can be quite chaotic at times with crashes. I think there was a track blockage once in 2016 where the luckless Valtteri Bottas ended up facing the complete wrong way around turn 3. I think he made contact with us possibly, or we could have been further a bit behind. So Max Verstappen starting from P7. He's going to have a fight in his hands to try and get something from this race. Also, Kamui Kobayashi backing up Toyota's upgrade, starting from P3, directly behind his teammate Lewis Hamilton, so Toyota could be on for a good haul of points in this race. Instead, Vettel there down in P9, he'll be looking to use that good straight line speed of his Ferrari, if his Ferrari car actually manages to go the distance. Now going onto the formation lap. And it is possible to stall these cars, so let's see if everyone gets away cleanly. I mean, they do have anti-stall on the hybrid battery power. You can kind of get them restarted, but it looks like everyone has managed to get away cleanly. But Lewis Hamilton starting from pole position, dominated every single session. I mean, he could be on for the clean sweep. Dominated all 3 sessions and qualifying. Now he just needs to get the race win and the fastest lap to go with it, and he'd be an absolutely dominant weekend from the 2008 champion. Also, Colton Herta using that brilliant straight line speed of the Haas. I mean, it's not the best package overall, the Haas car, but it's got brilliant straight line speed with that BMW engine, so could there be more points on the table yet for the young American? Also, the Renaults. They seem to have pretty good race pace in terms to the other midfield cars throughout the season so far, and now they managed to up the ante in qualifying. They could be definitely ones to watch in this race and could cause a few headaches for the McLarens and ourselves as well. But Pierre Gasly and Rio Haryanto on the back row of the grid, they've got a lot of work to do now. It should be interesting to see them two charging their way through the field in cars that definitely should be capable of scoring a top 12 finish come the end of the race. And now they're looking onto us now, starting from P13 just behind the Renault of Hulk, and ahead then of Lawrence Stroll, who we just can't seem to get away from him in this season, can't we? I mean, we always started somewhere near him. I mean, he's been on the back row the first 2 races, so he's definitely an improvement, but still had to just about somehow manage to drag the car into the top 10. So definitely signs that Haas could look beyond the road to recovery after their miserable start to the season so far, really, along with Toro Rosso. But still, every car in this grade is capable of scoring points. And now coming to the 5 red lights for the start of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Lights out and away we go. And it looks like a pretty even start there from everyone. A lot of Tyson everyone's trying to put the power down now because it's a very short run down to 7. I think it's one of the shortest runs of the year, along with this and Spa, really. They're going to be boxing out by one of the McLarens. They actually made a bit of contact. I think a bit of their front wing may have broke off, so not a good start there from Massachusetts, if indeed that was a bit. It could have been a bit of our rearing, but hopefully it wasn't. Just side by side now with Stroll going for inside line. I mean, you know, like I said, we've been close to Stroll, but that is a bit too close for comfort there with the Canadian. But now he managed to pull ahead of him there, get a good run out of the corner. Now they're going in the slipstream now of our teammate Giovinazzi. He's had a good start to get in front of us now, going down there into turn 3. And thankfully they were unchallenged then by the Haas behind. But now we need to try and catch up to the back of G from the goal. I think it was one of the Williams there of Kubica going side by side with someone there up in front. Now to come through now through this middle part of the lap. And honestly, unless you're going side by side into this part of the lap here, then this is just the basically just single file part of the lap. Coming into this next corner though, I didn't make a move here last year. I think on Carlos Sainz just drove completely around the outside of him, so overtaking is possible, but realistically, on a big difference between the cars, it's not really going to happen. Definitely through the castle section there, you can barely fit one car through now, especially with how these cars are now wider than before, with the things like 2 metre wide cars now. So definitely no way you're getting side by side through there in one piece or at all, really. Now this part of the lap here, honestly, I like it when I come out into the most awkward corner on the circuit. It's so easy just to miss the braking point and smash straight into the wall. But thankfully though we didn't, and we got slide another 25 times now as well. As we got a Gio though still up in front of us, as he would have been. So pretty much until you get to this back straight here and through the first sector, this is the only really overtaking. I mean, the amount of stationing we can get is stupidly massive around here, but through half of that really you can't do anything about the car in front of you, really. So we got the station now on the back of Gio. That's Hamilton pulls up the fast lap of the Grand Prix. It's no surprise because we're across the line first. We'll take the fastest lap. It's side by side between the 2 Renaults. It's like Holtzman trying to make a move on Jean-Luc Verne coming down now into that one. Going to be side by side with the 2 of them. And so who's just going to get it from there? Is that Verne or is that Hulk? I think it's definitely Verne has been overtaken there by his teammate Nico Hulkenberg, despite Verne having the better qualifying effort. Now then into turn 2 is Verne close enough. He's definitely not going to take that one lying down, but he's close enough to try and come back now at Hulkenberg. I mean, he's going to have the engine tender, I imagine Hulk is as well. Since they're in the exact same car, there's not really going to be any shine speed difference. I mean, there'll be a little bit of different maybe in terms of setup. Maybe if one was running a lower drag, they'll be faster in terms of straight line speed, which I think Hulk may be doing because he's still made a pretty easy move there on his teammate. And Giovinazzi, with our car, it's just naturally low drag anyway because it really pretty much is still just a Sauber car. So now as you come down through the middle part of the lap, Gio, once again, it's just nothing that you can do through this middle part here. Now moving a bit further on now, looking to the battle further up front, and you've got the Ferrari here causing a little bit of a keep behind. You've got George Russell looking very, very racing behind him now. The guy actually has to go defensive there. I mean, there's no way really you can make a move around the outside line. So he's just cutting off a bit more time. Actually, now here goes Verstappen now, trying to make a move there up the inside line. Surely that's not going to work out for him. Side by side, I mean, Verstappen, when does he ever make an overtake in a conventional place? We had to admit defeat there, took back in behind Russell. With that good AMG power there in the back of that Mercedes. Now it's coming side by side. Oh, we get squeezed into one there. Being very aggressive. That slows him down. Actually, Verstappen now has a look, wants to again to try and pull out now, but it just hasn't got that speed with that Honda engine. See, even when the switching, DRS is still losing time to the kind of room. There can be 3 wide, possibly one of the Mercedes and the other one of the Williams getting involved there. There can be 3 wide now. Into 10 1 behind Russell. We're a huge lock up there from the Williams. I think of Kibita. You got one of the Haas now getting involved with Colin Herta getting involved in this fight now as well. And you show, look, then you've got the 2 Renaults and the 2 Alphas and me and Gio. And actually you've got the entire second half of the grid just blocked up here behind Charles Leclerc and that. And Verstappen in the switching now of one of the cars in front of him. He managed to put himself there in front of the Haas. Has to go very defensive to the inside line to stop Colin Herta from making a move back up the inside line. And they actually got one of the Renaults here trying to actually make a move here on one of the Ferraris as well. And now coming side by side now into where's this turn 4, got Vern up the inside line then of Seb Vettel actually, and somehow throughout all this, Vern has managed to re-overtake Nico Hülkenberg. It's just been, see, like I said, this part of the lap, you can't do anything, and down the straight, just everything happens. There must be about 10 overtakes in just this entire just cluster of cars. But through here, there's going to be, like I said before, there's absolutely nothing you can do. You just have to stick behind the car in front of you. And throughout all of this, we're still stuck behind Gio. But we've got Kari now behind us, who has started this race on soft tyres, so they're also getting very aggressive in this race. I mean, there's definitely a chance for, in a race like this, there's definitely always chance for points for us midfield teams. And even though we haven't got the straight line speed, in a normal situation you wouldn't think our cars would have the speed. Well, we've definitely got a lot of straight line speed, especially with for us lower drag, lower down cars. And if we can just, because it's all pretty much low speed corners through the other half of the lap. And you think our cars can stick with that rather well, so there's definitely a chance that we might actually have the advantage if we can keep close enough to the car in front. But Gio is running away from this a little bit because that third sector, I just can't get a good enough flow through it out of the castle section. But now Gio's going for a move now on the run of Hülkenberg down into going to be side by side because it's going to be DRS then. But Gio's just going to blast past the Renault, basically like a standing still to Renault engine. Definitely got a bit of way to get to match the Ferrari. Now got Herta go side by side now with the lead Ferrari. They can hold it around the outside line there of the Ferrari. Now she has to go super defensive now. We've got Max Verstappen now looking at this side line. Going to be 3 wide as well. Got Vern on the outside line. Going to be side by side. He didn't make contact now. I think Vern got squeezed out there, but I don't think I saw any debris come off his car. So it looks like he may have got away with that. Now he's going to go look against Leclerc very aggressively once again, defends that offline. Now she goes through, and now you've got Gio up the inside line. Van Massad, you could be side by side, squeezes the wall, and there's contact. I think Gio's just locked off halfway front wing. There's a bit more offline there as well, so I don't know if someone else has made contact. But now then Gio, oh no, you've got literally a plank. You have an actual HRT front wing there, mate. Oh, what have you done there, Gio? That was never going to work into turn 3. That's such a shallow line. You made contact as well with the Ferrari, and that is not going to be a not going to do our relations with our engine supplier any good there. Gio actually managed to give it though of one of the Ferraris over and look at Vettel. He's locking up because he has no idea where Gio's going to break now. A bit of a moment of madness there for Gio. I mean, honestly, his pace was good. He was actually some, like I say, it's a good pace managed to overtake the runner. So Gio, he could have been on for his first points of the season. But now he's got literally, basically, might as well just not have a front wing. I mean, he's going to be the ultimate low drag car, so that's going to be a beast in a straight line. But now he's actually managed to try and get his car stopped now. Vettel's going to try and go around the outside line into this corner. It's never going to work, and somehow Vettel managed to get around the outside line and just showing why he is a 5-time Drivers' World Champion, overtaking a car which basically has no front wing on it. Just look how much time he's pulling away already. Gio, what have you done? You've got nothing there. Actually, I've said that a few times now, but there's absolutely nothing left on his front wing. How did you think that was going to work? Now we've got the Renaults right up his rear now, pulls the inside line, gets squeezed into the wall. Giovinazzi, what are you doing? Seriously, just take a chill, man. You're going to have to pay for a new front wing anyway, so what's the point in squeezing Hülkenberg into the wall like that? Now, either way, Hulk makes the move, makes it stick. You've got 3-1 now further behind him while we're going off track as well, almost getting squeezed. He's going to go with the outside line of Hülkenberg now into Telbong and sweep it around the outside line there, off the German, so you're catching me. He must have been a bit flustered if he was getting squeezed into the wall then by Giovinazzi, who stayed out on the track. Gio, have you completely lost it, man? Surely the team would have called you in for that. You've literally got a plank of carbon fibre there. I wasn't going to say wood, but that wood's a bit heavy. Now Stroll making a move there on Giovinazzi now into turn 3 is Gio, who's got nothing to defend with. Then we've got Pierre Gasly now making his way through the order as well, stuck up behind the back of both of them now, and Giovinazzi is going to be losing so much time now through this corner. But now they're moving a bit further on now onto lap 7 now of the Grand Prix. Right behind the back now then of Sebastian Vettel. And he actually got his teammate Charles Leclerc right in front of him, and he got the Renault of Vern in front of them. So, when's the last time? This is about where the soft tyres are going to start going off a little bit. And now us, because everyone else has top 10 now, I think besides Kari, started on the set of medium tyres, or I don't think anyone's on the set of hards. But I mean, we've got Actually, a real fight developing there between the two Ferraris now. Vettel looking very racing behind the back now. Charles Leclerc has to actually go defensive into this corner once again. So Vettel looking very racing now. I think Charles Leclerc has completely used up all of his tyres. Now Vettel trying to look and get around the outside line. There's no way through there it's going to make that work, surely. Leclerc's so slow. He definitely needs a new set of tyres. Or maybe there's something wrong with his car. You can see in the mini-map, Vern's just pulling away massively into the distance. And Vettel's all over the back of his teammate. Now he's going to have DRS there on the back. On Charles Leclerc now, as we've got Hulkenberg behind us now, which with how slow these two cars are going in front of us, well, I haven't Charles Leclerc slowing us down, but Charles Leclerc now is going to pull now then into the pit lane, and it's about time as well. He definitely needs a new set of tyres. But now we're all over the back though of Sky Free, so we're still getting on the back though of Seb Vettel, but there's nothing there that we can do into turn 1. But we get a good run there off the corner, and we're just dragging Hulk along for the ride now. He's been allowed to catch up back up to the back of us once again. And then with DRS there on the back. Also, Sebastian Vettel again now on the run now down into turn 3. Vettel goes defensively to the inside line, but now we're going to have a look to the inside line. We're going to squeeze it up the inside line, try to make the move there. Gio couldn't. And here's the outside line. And I think there may be a little bit of wheel banging, but no contact was made in terms of losing a bit of framing. Go for a dive to the inside line now, get some good traction. And the force Vettel out one for squeezing us into the last corner. Maybe a bit aggressive there. We've done a good job there actually. Hulk managed to follow us through as well, so Vettel's going to be absolutely fuming about that. But he should give us more space down to turn 3. I mean, I was just going to happily return the favour that Vettel gave to us the corner before. And then we've got who are the two cars up behind the back of us now. We're going to do one of the Hasses and one of the Mercs there as well. So literally everyone is just in contention for points so far in this race. But Vettel, I imagine he's going to try and make the move on Leclerc to get first call for who pits. But Leclerc moves himself to the left. I mean, that was actually a very good intelligent driving there from Charles Leclerc, moving himself over to the inside line like that. So even if Vettel did overtake him, there's no way he'd have been able to pit. But now then, Vettel's all over the back though of Nico Hulkenberg, because the good downforce out of Ferrari working well through the corners. He's able to keep it there with Hulkenberg now on corner race. He has to go defensive once again, and you can just see how much time they're losing because we're just romping away now into the distance. We've got some good pace on these medium tyres. So the tyre wears actually, with this new rear wing, we've actually now got Stroll coming for this line. Oh, that's very, very optimistic there from Lawrence Stroll. Trying to make a move. That could have been a massive crash though. And then Vettel now dives to the inside line then of Nico Hulkenberg, and now he's got the DRS now. He's going to blast past anyway, but I think he might be pitting at the end of this lap. Indeed he is, so you have to do the extra lap there now. And with how much he got held up, I think Charles Leclerc may still have the edge on Vettel once they rejoin back onto the track. And it's going to be a set of hard tyres then, so Vettel's going to end the race there. I would say hard tyres, I mean, mediums definitely would have been a stretch. I don't think he could have got set them to the end. No, I don't really think anyone's going to be trying a two-stop, so Vettel then to the end of the race on that set of tyres, and there's the Toro Rosso. I'm not seeing Leclerc anywhere, so he must be even further in front than this. So I think Vettel, by staying on the side, just lost a whole load of time there. But now, moving a bit further on now, all of the, looking at now, as all the front runners have now made their one, and probably only stops in this race. We've got Lewis Hamilton leading the way on a set of hard tyres. In second place, we've got actually his teammate, Kamui Kobayashi, who's doing a great job there. So Toyota 1-2, ahead then of Mick Schumacher in the Williams, who also want to say hard tyres. Then we have Jean-Eric Verne on the mediums, who's still yet to actually make his one only stop yet in this Grand Prix. And then behind them we've got one of the Mercedes as well. Can't actually tell which one that is. I think it's probably Danny Kvyat, because he was been the one up front for most of this race so far. Then behind him then we have ourselves. Now then, we're side by side here behind the Renault. And one of the other Mercedes, it is making the move there. Actually, I think the Williams making the move on this line there of the Mercedes, coming down now into one of the side by side two of them. And I think that's Kvyat making the move there on George Russell. Indeed it is, and Russell actually set medium tyres, so Russell trying to two-stop in this race possibly. I'm going to try and really stretch that set of mediums to the end of the race. But either way though, he's got overtook by the Williams on a set of hard tyres. Maybe the medium tyres not working out too well. And just look at that straight line speed advantage there from that Merc. Pulling away now, actually now we've got the Merc actually catching. They can be side by side over on the outside line now of turn 3. It can be a scary move on the outside line. They can make a little bit of cutting to them, but fair play to bits to their left. This space can be side by side now. And then you've got the inside line now for turn 4. But Kvyat still sticks it around the outside line. Kvyat is being very stubborn. Actually, Russell there has to back out there, because I think you saw you definitely don't want to go too wide through here, especially when you're in a championship contending car. Now then, on to our lap 16 of the race, so quite a bit further on. And now then it is George Russell behind us, so Russell's finally managed to make the move stick then on Kvyat there at some point anyway. But we're going to be pitting though at the end of this lap, and as you can see, we've done 16 of the 26 laps now on set of medium tyres, because the pace, honestly, until like right now, Actually, right now, look at that, only second, 10th and a half down, so honestly, the pace hasn't been all too bad. The medium tyres have really kept in, so they've been a great race tyre for us anyway. So now then, I'm going to put this, well, I say masterclass for strategy. The only one doing this strategy now was what me and Alfred decided because I saw that our pace was good. So now we're going to come out into the pits now on lap 17. So only what 10 laps of this race or so actually left to go. Now then we're into the pits and now we've got Russell's actually followed the same behind as well. So he definitely couldn't take the medium tyres that long. And we're going into our pit box now. And Alpha going to buzz onto a set of soft tyres now. The fastest tyre available to go now to the end of the race because only what 10 laps race left to go. And if you think about it, 8 laps Vettel did at the start, which were the tyres he qualified on as well, and on the full fuel load. So now we've got a lighter car, and I'm pretty sure we've got effectively less laps to do on the tyres now as well. And you've got one of the Taurus now getting there on the back of one of the Renaults as well. Going to be pretty personal between these two because these two teams have been pretty even over the past few years. And the Taurus there, nice move from there, actually managed to power past the Renault there for Nico Hulkenberg after his early charge. It seems that he's dropped back a bit. And then we're all over the back then of the German because our tyres won't exactly be able to temperature, of course, with this Alfa Romeo car. It always takes a few laps for the tyres to get into their optimal window. And through to the sector of the lap. Just going to be patient here because we've definitely got the grip to get past Hulk, but through here, there's definitely not going to be anything that I can actually do with that grip. I'm going to run though through here, you just have to stick with the Renault. Because if he can keep within DRS range on the back of the Toro, which I'm thinking he probably will, then it's going to be a bit harder for us to make the overtake than it would probably seem. But now then, managed to get a good run there off these corners, and now all over the back then of Nico Hulkenberg in that Renault. You can just see there how good we're actually sticking to the back. I'm actually going to go for a move up this line. We get our nose cut off there a little bit, so sorry about thinking make a move this time. Let's go for a log up this line, but we just get our nose cut off there once again, so definitely nothing there. We can need to make a move this time again. Great run there off of the corner. I'm going to start still with Hulkenberg. We're going to blast straight back past him now. Just showing how much good and he's on the set of hard tie as well. He's been on for a few laps and we're on brand new softs. Well, no, into P11, so we're still actually in the points places anyway. So this strategy has some great consistency because Hulk was behind us before. Well, yeah, he was behind us before he stopped, so he got an effective overcut on us. We actually got the undercut, so we just drove straight back past him anyway. Now behind us though, looking absolutely swamped now by 2 cars. Got Merc and a Ferrari that's blasting their way straight past the Renault. Basically, well, like it wasn't really even there now into turn 1. And it's the Ferrari there of Charles Leclerc that comes out best. And then of George Russell, who's on a set of another set of medium tyres. So I don't think Russell actually had a new set of soft tyres. So maybe he went a bit more conservative with the tyre sets that he came to this race with, because you have to decide them a few weeks in advance before you actually get here anyway. And because we didn't actually go through into Q3, we had a spare set of soft tyres which we've been able to utilise right now. So not getting into Q3 has actually worked out really good for us in this race. And George Russell's still all over the back then of Charles Leclerc. One former F2 champion. Well, they're both former F2 champions, but technically Russell is still the defending, reigning champion, because whoever wins it this year hasn't actually won it yet. So we haven't got that far. I think the championship doesn't even start yet till we get the first race at round 7. So for now, he's still the reigning F2 champion. It will be until the end of this season as well. Still there. There's 2 of them. They've definitely got very great futures in front of them. I mean, with Russell getting a course straight up to Mercedes, so he's definitely got a steeper learning curve than what Charles Leclerc had. We've already seen the talent that man possesses, already winning a race in a Ferrari, and could have won a race in a Sauber from last year, and yes, good defensive once again. 2 of the Mercedes of George Russell. These 2 have definitely got a point to prove now with their more experienced teammates further up the road, I think. Or I think Vettel could be further behind, actually I don't know where he is really. But I think Vettel's in front of us though. And then you've got Russell though still all over the back here then of Charles Leclerc through this middle sector, through the last few corners on the road here as well. And you've got Hulk still right at the back of him, so Hulk actually got some pretty good speed in his car as well. We'll start aside now with the 2 of them. Russell there, all the other line, and then Hulk's going to be getting a double toe on the run down into 1. He's actually going to be able to make a move now, coming on to us though. The quarter line actually going to set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. These soft tyres working an absolute treat for us now. We've stolen the fastest lap now of the race from, I have absolutely no idea, probably Hamilton or Schumi, one of the usual suspects who end up getting fastest lap. And now then, we're the only ones on soft tyres as well, so we might actually end up keeping the fastest lap to the end of the race. And that's why we've got the purple name now, the purple border around our name as well, showing that we do have the fastest lap. And that could be a crucial point for us now in the championship. Moving a bit further on, I think this is a bit further up the road in front of us. Yeah, we've got one of the Haas there of Colton Herta with the other Renault of Verne, and then the Ferrari is Seb Vettel right behind the back of them as well. So Vettel, he hasn't really featured too much in the middle part of this race, but Verne now looking for a way past Herta, going to run the outside line. He's actually going to try and drag now the Ferrari with him as well. He's going to possibly 3 wide down into someone side by side still. Between two of them, Herta's not getting something fight. Even with DRS, Verne's struggling to make the move there on Colton Herta. Now go to the inside line now. Vettel trying to go around the outside line, just gets squeezed out there by Herta, gives him space there at the final moment. Vettel's going to try and squeeze him around the outside line. Squad will use that good downforce to his advantage. A brilliant move there from the 5-time champion. Of course, this is only Colton Herta's 5th race in Formula 1, so he's still not going to be... well, he's still going to be quite new to some of the moves on that move. I honestly, even I don't think he could drive around the outside line of Herta like that, but now he's on the absolute warpath now, going to the outside line of Hulkenberg as well. So I mean, nothing's really gone too good for Vettel so far this season now. We show he's definitely not lost his fighting spirit. He's showing it here on the inside line then of his former teammate, Jean-Eric Verne. And it's going to get pretty personal here between two of them. But Verne, he's not going to manage to pull himself back in front there of the Ferrari. This is just going to turn into a personal grudge match between these two. I mean, between Vettel and Verne, I'm sure there's no bad blood between either two of them. No, and looking at until how that actually happened now, and you see there Verne just putting himself there back in front of the Ferrari once again. So these two still going at it, hammer and tong. For is currently 9th, 8th, 7th place, so it's a good haul of points here. I mean, this is, well, for me, Herta and Verne, this is the fight for the best of the rest position, and Vettel's just managed to somehow get himself caught up as in this as well. Like I said, with the amazing straight line speed that us midfield cars have, you can say we've still got Russell behind us on a set of mediums, and we've still got Leclerc behind us as well. I don't know if any of the other front-running guys are down there as well. I mean, since we're only in 7th place, I mean, I don't think Gasly's really featured all too much in this race either, trying to make his way back through the order. But Vettel is all over the back of the driver who beat him in the 2017 championship. Of course, it was them two and me going for the title, and Verne had it in the bag come the end of the final race. Look at that, with 2.5 seconds down through the second sector alone on our fastest lap, which only set a few laps ago. That's just showing how slow Verne and Vettel are going, holding each other up like this. But Vettel now surely is going to be now side by side still. They're now with Jean-Eric Verne. He's going to make the move stick now down into so one. He's pulling side by side with him. But we're getting on the back though of Colton Herta. Actually trying to go look at the inside line. He's weaving all over the back there of the Renault. Actually make the move on the inside. And the outside line. Go to what Vettel did to win 3 laps ago. Side by side, run the outside line. Keeping side by side. Verne tries to keep it in, but Herta has raced the line. Now we're on the inside line now. Oh, Jean-Eric Verne is all going absolutely wrong here for the 2017 champion. With side by side, we squeeze him now. We could have lost 3 places there in effectively 2 corners, really. With side by side still, we're going to get the solution off the back of the Haas, but we've got the good straight line speed. We're going to force him over towards the wall, try and get a bit of that solution ourselves as well. Now we managed to pull ourselves there in front of Verne, and Verne's just, he's gone from 7th now to what? 7th, 8th, I think he's now in 10th place, I think. Yeah, so that was not a good sweet sequence of corners there for Verne. We've definitely, we worked our best for Vettel because he's clear. But I mean, we've got Herta now as the next car, and we've seen with Herta pretty much like Nico Kari as well. The cars aren't the greatest things in the world, but the absolute fight that those two possess is honestly unreal. I mean, pretty much like remnants of Matsushita as well, because you've got no end of fighting as well. So if we can see all of them in front-running cars, along with me, Leclerc, Hamilton, and Schumi, and Kubica and that, what a championship fight that would make. Or like 7, 8 of us going for the title, that would be absolutely brilliant. So you never know what's going to happen for next season. Maybe even this season, you never know what's going to happen. Yeah, nothing's set in stone. Although us spinning ourselves into all there was almost set in stone. We were just trying to get a bit tweaking out on the power. But look at this, Colton Herta is kept to the back of that Ferrari like glue. This is what I was saying. Through the medium speed corners, even the slower cars, they can keep through there perfectly fine. And now then, he's all over the back there then of Sebastian Vettel, getting in the station, he's going to put it inside line, he's going to try and blast past now the 5-time champion Sebastian Vettel, use that amazing BMW engine that he's got in the back of that Haas, going to be side by side, he's going to put himself in front, actually he's going to make the move stick there on the 5-time champion, gets his own back on Sebastian Vettel. We can put it inside line as well. Vettel tries to squeeze this off there a little bit too late, but now we're on the inside line, he's going to try and keep it around the outside line again, and he actually managed to get a good run there on the outside line. We're still there, we're keeping side by side now, we've got the grip from our soft tyres now, we're going to run out one on purpose, we're going to block Vettel off there, compromise his corner exit, although we don't have DRS though, because I think it is a double DRS zone. I don't think we'd have been close enough. Actually, now here comes Jean-Eric Verne as well, just to blast past him as well. I think that just shows really how OP the DRS is, especially with these new aero regulations on the cars. It really does put emphasis on drag as well. I mean, there was a little bit less drag anyway, but still, with less drag on the car, we can just get such a cleaner run as well. When we get a little bit late on the brakes there, 1.8 seconds down on our best lap, but we were battling with the Ferrari and the Renault. Now then, we can go up now. I think, honestly, P7, that is the maximum we can achieve, because I can't even see the car in front on the minimap. And even if I could, I don't think in 4 laps time we'd be able to catch up. But Colton Houser, he's finished P7 once before at Bahrain with that brilliant strategy. He's the only one starting hard tyres. Just ran his own race and came in with a brilliant position there. But now then, honestly, I'm going to have to spoil his party at this rate now. We may be former in-house teammates to Haas, but I mean, I'm with Alfa Romeo now, so alliances change. So we're getting good on that. Just shows how much, even now, our soft tyres are still working and how to go defensive. We can try and sneak it around the outside line and he gets a little bit of a bit which one contact. Hunter's not going to want to give us some space there. And now side. Oh no, side through here. This is not going to work. Side, make the move. They're going to get rid of that side. We managed to squeeze right towards the wall. He backs out that move. Final second. He's lost so much momentum though. Honestly, even with the momentum, I couldn't have kept myself out there without basically stopping on the apex. Like he's getting absolutely swamped now. He comes one of the Mercs as well. We've got Verne in that queue with cars as well. We've got the other throw now. Shoulder Clay managed to bring himself back into play as well. We're side by side now with everyone down into one. And out of all, I think that's Vettel's coming in front. Side by side still with they've got the Haas again a little bit of a slide as well. So that's definitely got a little bit of flutter there for that move. He's lost about 1, 2, 3, 4. He could be 4 places now, side by side still. And the throw makes move on the inside line, but ahead to have the racing line. And Charles Leclerc though is going to try and put the power down now. I think both of them have got DRS still. He's going to try and squeeze out the Haas, which he does. He's going to be back everyone to the racing line now, coming up now into turn 3. Leaves the Haas a little bit of space just in case of Wise head there on Charles Leclerc in only his 2nd season of Formula 1 and his 5th race for Ferrari. But now then, this is where the problems start occurring for us, because now we've got a rather ticked off, I imagine, Seb Vettel right up our gearbox, quite literally now. So now, because although our soft tyres give us immense pace, we're about the 7 or 8 lap mark now, so this is where the tyres are starting off, and especially with how much we've had to use them as well to gain these places. We definitely couldn't look after the tyres like we could with our Sev mediums in the first stint of the race. Vettel. I mean, we've got the exact same engine as him with Ferrari. I mean, honestly, we get the same specification of engine, but I'm pretty sure they're going to keep some engine mapping, some secrets back from us though, from Alfa Romeo. Now then, coming into the corner though, managed to keep it ahead there of Sebastian Vettel, but honestly, I think he's just going to power straight past us anyway down the straight. Although I might be able to try and defend from him, try and do something anyway. I mean, once you get past us, we can get back into a slow stream, and the slow stream was also pretty powerful this season. I remember back to China when Verne in the Renault was actually faster than Robbie Kubica in the BMW Williams, and now Vettel pulls the outside line. I'm going to defensive here to the inside line, going to make it go the long way around the outside line. It's still going to be side by side still. He moved all the way down to Vettel there with the DRS wide open, and we're still keeping it side by side. He's actually not managed to clear us yet, but just into the braking zone. It takes that long to do it, so some great amount of speed from our car. We get a great exit though through turn 1. And if I actually go a little bit defensive, he's feeling the presence still from us, so I just feel that we need there to cover us off. And we need a good exit for here now, because now then it's going to be us with the DRS. Is it a double DRS? So no, it's not. So now we get the DRS now to try and come back now. As Sebastian Vettel with our great shot and speed, going to go with the outside line here on the 5-time champion now into turn 3. Keeping so we're going to pinch into the apex. We're now a bit wide. They made a bit of contact there with all, but thankfully though, none of our front wing came off, so we might just nudge it there with our wheel, but crucially there, no damage done to the car. Now we've got Verne going side by side now with George Russell. We've got Charles Leclerc right down the back of them, and Russell just drives clean around the outside line of the Renault. There's some good driving there from the reigning F2 champion. Now looking at us now, we've only got 2.5 laps of race left to go. We're now into P7, and it's currently Kubica. So then as drive further now, Danny Kvyat's now out of the Grand Prix, 2 laps from the end. Danny Kvyat's car's laying down, or I don't know if he's crashed or something. You have to see when we actually come up to his car. But one of the championship contenders there, Daniel Kvyat, he's finished on the podium every single race so far besides this one, and it was really Mercedes' consistency that was keeping them up in the fight as well. But now he actually couldn't out to the yellow flag, so I think he's pulled off this. He may have whacked the wall actually. I mean, that is not out of the question. But now then, there you've got his car there pulled off onto the side, and I can't see from that, but I don't know if he's whacked the wall or not. But either way though, Danny Kvyat though, out of the Grand Prix, 2 laps from the end, from I think probably like 4th place or something, so still a crucial haul of points there that he needed for his championship charge, just lost like that. And here comes Vettel there once again, sticking around the others now. We're coming over to 200 mile an hour now. Vettel's got the inside line this time. He's not giving us the same space like we did before. Vettel managed to block us now, coming down now into turn 1. We're going to try and take a wide line and use all the code that we can, try and get the car turn and get a good exit here through the first corner. With Vettel there, he gets a bit of a bell one now because his tyres now. Our tyres now are definitely starting to hit the place, especially with how much, like I said before, with how much we've been abusing this set of tyres. We've not been able to look after them whatsoever. But now then, we've got the DRS there once again on the back now then of Sebastian Vettel, gaining though on the back of the German coming now into turn 3. First trying to move around the outside line. Vettel goes defending once again. Now going to try and go lay on the brakes, seeking around the outside line. Going to run out a bit wide though. Vettel making shots off there with his off front wing, but I don't think we got any damage from that. I didn't see anything come off, but yeah, one there. The contact with Vettel, I mean, fair play. We just tried to hold it around the outside line, but Vettel there. He's so lucky that he didn't actually get a puncture from that contact. You've seen how easy these tyres puncture. I mean, the front wings there, they're like, if you could actually stand on the front wing and it wouldn't break. But when you get hit by a tyre at like 78 miles an hour, then there's no hope for it actually surviving. But then we've got, surely now, I just need to keep in the switching of Sebastian Vettel, because now all I've got to do now is, I think I may have just actually turned in, gone a bit through the wall there. I looked so close to that to smashing myself into it, so, yeah, what's the pinpoint accuracy there? And now we've got George Russell now breathing down our neck, basically like he has been for this entire second half of the Grand Prix. The two-star strategy really doesn't seem to have worked out really for him. I mean, he started in 6th place, he's staring down me, and then 6th place. So, it's not gone horrifically wrong for him. I mean, it's worth a try, yeah, because the Toyotas just seem mighty. Now we're bringing off the track now, we're looking at the 3 seconds down. And then, yes, the tyres have definitely hit the cliff now, because they've only got to get around this track now for one more time. It's about 3 miles or so they're going to get around this track one more time for. But the ERS now into overtake, into Rich Mason Walker. We've got fuel to burn, he's everything this Ferrari engine's got to give us now. He's got to hope that it works now, but we've got Russell now side by side with us now down on now into turn 1. We're side by side still with our fellow Britain. Now then into one, actually managed to go, so we're going to look at this side, go a bit to now. Now we've got Charles Leclerc behind us, just like it was back in Bahrain after he made his first time on the race. So we've got the new Ferrari protege right up behind us. But now then, crucially though, we're going to have DRS now to defend from him, because we've got DRS there on the back of George Russell, and we've got Russell now defending. Well, actually, he's actually going to be trying to catch Seb Vettel now down the straight now into the corner. He's not close enough to make a move into turn 3, and we've somehow just managed to keep ourselves there in front of the Ferrari. Now through here, we have to go maximum harvest now on the ERS. So you can see the rear lights flashing. Saving up there as much battery power as what we can just to deploy down the straight edge. And honestly, Leclerc's probably doing the same thing as well, because we have a straight line speed advantage overall with our car, but on engine to engine there's going to be no difference between them. Both Ferrari engines, both the same spec Ferrari engines as well. Now George Russell though, all over the back then of Sebastian Vettel, staring down the back of the Ferrari. And honestly, Russell, if you don't take into account the moment of madness at Bahrain, he's actually had a really good start to the season as well, been challenging, he's been nice and consistent as well. Consistency honestly is key. The results they've been good, but they've not been spectacular like his teammate, and I got they're going very defensive there from George Russell. Russell there is really fired up now, trying to get back to where he finished, to try and prove that this strategy, well, it didn't, I won't say it worked, but it didn't fail either. If he gets past him there, he'll finish back where he started, so there'll be nothing lost, nothing gained either. Now getting a nice shot here from the handicap now to come down the straight now. Will be the final time now in this race. He's going now with every passing meter now. And which way is he going to go? He's going to go to the inside. The outside goes to the outside now. We're trying to side draft now past Sebastian Vettel now coming up now to the line. Going to be side by side between two of them coming up now to the finish line. Going to be side by side still now. I don't know who's finished in front. I think Russell may have just got it on the line. And now look at that. We're side by side still with Charles Leclerc. I don't know if he got us either. No, actually we're finishing in P8. We managed to just managed to hold off there Charles Leclerc. That must have been so close though. There you see Otmar Saf now, the new team principal there at Toyota, taking over from Vijay Mallya, who handed over the reins at the end of the 2018 season. And there you see Lewis Hamilton celebrating his first victory of 2019 at the same track where he took his first victory for Toyota last season as well. So this definitely does seem to be a Toyota-oriented track. Now this is definitely when he needs to get himself back in the title fight. We need to carry 15th place, so not too bad there really from the Finn. Taking a look at the end race results, and Hamilton would take the victory from 10 seconds from Mick Schumacher, who managed to find his way past Kamui Kobayashi in the end by a second and a half to round off the podium in third. And Max Verstappen with honestly a great damage limitation race to come home in P4 ahead then of Robbie Kubica in P5. With Russell, he did manage to get past Vettel at the end. Look at that, was that 400th of a second he managed to do him on the line. Now so George Russell finished where he started, so the strategy didn't work out too bad for him. And then we're in P8 and we managed to keep the fastest lap, so we take 6 points instead of 5 from this Grand Prix. And Charles Leclerc, I don't know what happened to him in this race honestly, to be behind us for most of the race anyway. And then come the two Renaults of Verne and Hulkenberg, and Alex Albon gets his first ever point, so great race there from Alex Albon. I don't actually see any of him in the entire race, but I mean, profiting there from Kvyat's retirement, yeah, but he had to be there to finish the race, so Alex Albon with a great race gets his first point in Formula 1. Rio Haryanto would have a good recovery, all things considered, from last place to 13th. Ahead then of our teammate Gio, who had an okay recovery, given his lack of front wing for most of the race. Then Nika Kariottisov finishes in 15th place. Just beating out Colin Hurst, who dropped like a stone at the end of the race. Ahead then of Matsushita and Daniel Kvyat, along with Gasly and Stroll, who retired from this race, and I didn't even see it, I didn't even realise they had. So yeah, that won't explain why Gasly was nowhere really in this race, because he must have retired quite early on. So now moving on to the drivers' point standings, and it's still Mick Schumacher who leads, but he's had his lead cut down by 5 points now. It's only a 15-point lead now over Lewis Hamilton, and with Kvyat's non-finish, he's now 27 points off the championship lead. Charles Leclerc in P4, 38 points off on the not very blessed 44 points. Ahead then of George Russell, he's in 5th on 38, 3 points clear then of Kobayashi. He now gets ahead of Robbie Kubica, and Verstappen now gets up into 8th place on 21, 5 points clear now of Seb Vettel. And we now get up now into 10th place, into the best of the rest position, actually ahead of Pierre Gasly with his retirement. He's now down into 11th place. And John McVern gets up now into 12th place with 11 points to round off the top half. Vern's teammate Hulkenberg gets up into 13th place on 9 points, 1 point clear of Haryanto. He's on 8. Colton Herta, what could have been for him, could have honestly doubled his points, but he remains on 6, joint with Matsushita and Nika Kari. With Norris in 18th place, Alex Albon now in 19th place, getting ahead of Stroll, leaving only the Canadian and Giovinazzi as the two drivers currently on 0 points. And finally, now moving on to the constructors' standings, it's still Williams that lead the way on 114 points. 12 points clear now of Toyota, with their good points all against themselves back up now into 2nd place. And with Kvyat's DNF, that drops Mercedes down into 3rd place. But they've still got quite the buffer though over Ferrari, so after a quarter of the season, it's already looking like it's a 3-horse race in the constructors' fight. And you've got Aston Martin Red Bull in 5th place and a bit behind Ferrari. And they're only 40 points clear though of Renault. We get themselves up into 6th place then. 1 point clear then of McLaren, with Alfa Romeo staying in 8th place now with 15 points. And Taurus are now with another point, getting themselves up now into 9th place, 1 point clear of Haas, who are now plumb last with 6 points. So remember to leave a like if you enjoyed this race. Leave a comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell, same as on any future videos. Remember to vote for your driver of the day with the poll link in the description as well. Also check out the wiki for this championship season. There's also, on that one, there's also the links there to past seasons, every team, every driver to ever competed in this championship, so if you want to get up to date on everything that's happened previously as well. Also, down in the description below as well will be the modded liveries, because I got the F1 game here on PC. So the link down there to be the race department livery mod, so that'll be for the Toyota, the BWT livery, the Merc 125-year livery, the Alfa Romeo S2V Esports livery on my car, and the White Bikes Haas livery. They'll be linked in the description down below. If you've got this game on PC as well, want to download them and use them for yourself as well, they'll be down there in the description. So thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.